Hey, broken salespeople. So today we are going to talk about objection handling, both sides of objection handling. You'll see what I mean soon. That's what's coming up today on the Broken Salespeople podcast. Hey there, broken salespeople. Welcome to the workshop. My name is Red Staffstrom, and we are here to help you fix your broken sales skills. I want to talk about the other side of objection handling today. The other side of objection handling. See, we all know what objection handling is. If you're listening to this podcast, you understand how to handle objections in some way. You probably have some techniques that you use. Feel, felt, found. Hey, I understand how you feel. I had this customer who felt the same way, but they found that blah, 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 blah. You have probably a dozen acknowledge, ignore, resume. You probably have a handful of strategies like this in your back pocket for handling objections. I want to talk about the other side of handling objections. See, you have to realize that your customer is not the only person who has the right to object to a deal. You as a salesperson do too. See, that's something we don't talk about nearly as much is we as salespeople don't have to take everybody who walks in front of us. We don't have to sign everybody up for our product and or service. We get to object to the deal the same way our customer does. The same way our customer says, you know what? I don't want to do a 12-month commitment. We get to say, you know what? I don't know if I want to work with you for the next 12 months. We have that power the same way that they do. And it's not something that we use enough. It's not something that gives us, that we think about. See, most of us as salespeople, we're constantly chasing the next deal, chasing the next deal, chasing the next deal. That is the last thing you want to do. It puts you in that scarcity mindset. And being in that scarcity mindset leads to mistakes. It leads to eating poison berries. You want to make sure that you're in an area where you have that abundance mindset. You're going to get the business no matter what. You don't need to force it down people's throats. So when you handle objections, you're not only handling your customers' objections, you have to handle your own too. Let me explain what I mean by this. There is another company that I work with in the coaching field. They're kind of a competitor of ours. They have a very good company. They've helped thousands and thousands of people. But when you look at their reviews, they're mixed. We'll put it politely and say that they're mixed. They have some very vocal naysayers on their boards, on their reviews. Now, they have a great program. They help a lot of people. But there are certain people who you flat out shouldn't work with. I know it, you know it. But because of their sales mentality, because of the way they try to sell, they try to push everybody they talk to into their coaching program. And I understand that. I understand the logic behind it. I understand wanting to get more revenue. But by doing so, they have trashed their own Yelp reviews because they talked people into a product that they weren't ready for. Where I work, we have a phrase, the right thing at the wrong time is the wrong thing. If that person isn't ready to listen to a coach, you should not sell them coaching, because what you're doing is you're taking a gamble with your own reputation, with your own company standing within the community. And if you do that too early on, if you try to push people into your product before you've really built that credibility, you're going to destroy your own Yelp reviews. And you're just going to scorched earth your own business. Luckily, this one particular business has done a good enough job enough of the time that it hasn't hurt their reputation too much. But if they started doing that hard push early on, you can see very, very easily how by signing up the wrong people, you can hurt your own business. It's just like finding a wife or finding a husband. You don't want to have sex with every woman out there. You don't want to have sex with every man out there. You don't want to have sex with every willing partner out there, depending on genitals. You should have a list of criteria that you are not willing to compromise on. You need to have that very early on. You need to know what your red lines are, that if they do not fit these standards as a customer, as a spouse, as a friend, as a whatever, you're not working with them. Because otherwise you end up with a lot of crazy exes saying a lot of unsubstantiated things on the internet. Handling objections is not one directional. You aren't there only to overturn their objections. You're there to handle your own objections as well. If you don't feel like they will be the right customer for you, you do not have to sell them, period. You can say, well, here's the people we help. Here's what we can do really well. Here's the things we don't do very well. And be very honest about that. Be as blunt as humanly possible. If they are looking for things that you can't solve, don't sell them your product, period. Because I've learned over a long, long career, the people who I've had to turn from a hard no into a mild yes, those are the people that wind up being the biggest headaches. The more objections you have to overturn, the less you're going to enjoy working with that person. And I've seen it time and time and time and time and time and time again. It's been a long lesson to learn. The people who I've had to close in the hard way, the people who I've had to really overturn and fight and get into the trenches with them, they are the customers that I've always regretted signing up. You need to realize that pretty early on. Sometimes the juice just ain't worth the squeeze. It's better to just walk away because they're going to drain you for every drop of energy and enthusiasm that you're worth. It's okay to say no. It's okay for your customer to say no. You know what your strengths are. If what they are looking for does not suit your strengths, you don't have to start the relationship. Take it that way. Don't just handle their objections, handle your own as well. Use them. Tell them that, you know what, I don't think this is the right fit. Let them fight back if they want to, but stand your ground. Know that red line that you will not cross. So I hope this helps. I hope this let you see objection handling in a new way. Please take your time. If you've enjoyed this, review, subscribe, take the time to drop a comment if you're watching this on YouTube. All of them help the channel quite a bit. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out, red@brokensalespeople.com, or you could go brokensalespeople.com/connect. Look forward to seeing all of you guys there. And until next time, go fix yourself.